12 years now with Jim. Jim is not only the band director at Bunnell, but he's also the music arranger. And I love working with this group and writing with Jim. But for the first time this year, he asked me if I would write their indoor percussion show. So we worked on this and we listened to a lot of music, and we chose the great Emerson Lincoln Palmer composition, Corn Evil 9, as the vehicle for this performance. Now, the group has an unusual instrumentation in that this particular instrumentation does not exist in WGI. Because in WGI, if you use a battery, you have to be a marching ensemble. But US bands and MAC, the circuit up in Connecticut, allows for a standstill class, which means you can use battery plus pick. So that's what we've chosen to do here at Bunnell. So this piece runs, are we all set, Jim? Sounds good. So this is Bunnell High School in Stratford, Connecticut. This is Corn Evil 9.
Everyone is glad in the real
Yes. To the students at Bunnell, I don't know what to say. And you know, as a writer, our biggest dreams come from hearing back the stuff that we might have created on paper or on computer, and hearing it back at a level that we did not imagine when we wrote it, and you just did that. Thank you so much for that. And this is very early. They haven't even competed yet, so they're about 3 or 4 weeks away from their actual first performance, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Do you have any questions? Okay. We are going to take a section. Guys, we're going to take measure 1, and we're going to stop at 29. So the first part of this piece is centered around a growing groove, okay, which will be self-evident. So we're going to take 1 through 29. We're going to stop it down to 29, okay? You got it? So you can see how we try to grow that groove there. And I see one of the great groove players in the history of drum set sitting in the second row, Mr. Bernard. Nice to see you. Bernard Purdy, showing up. And there's your good self. So, this next section, when Jim and I put the whole piece together, we wanted to be sure that we explored a variety of thoughts and energy levels and concepts. So this next 8 bars, when I heard it, I didn't hear groove, I didn't hear Emerson, Lake and Palmer at all. I heard kind of a wind ensemble. So we totally eliminated the groove for the next 8 bars, and we based, so could I hear at 29, can I hear everybody, let's hear the whole pit at 29. No drum set, just the whole pit at 29. Okay, so now I could have, with the rhythm section, I could have gone boom, boom. But nah, geez, you know, we just did a lot of that, and there's a lot of that to come. So what I decided to do was treat it in a very kind of orchestral way. So we used the field snare drum, the concert snare that's on the left side of Ruben's kit, and the tenors as kind of a 3-voice textural ensemble to support that. Can we hear just snares, kit, and tenors? Same place, 29. Now let's put that all together. Everybody, say 8 bars. Set, 2, 1. Okay, so now when we play the whole piece together at the end of our session, you'll see how we totally changed the texture and the energy level from the initial groove growing into all of a sudden this kind of orchestral approach for these 8 bars in the middle. After that, we get back to groove. We come out of that with a light groove, and we're going to build to a drum break. This is a drum activity, percussion activity. We're fortunate enough to have all these talented guitarists and pianists and violinists and synth players and everything else, so we can make this piece of music really work. But it is, after all, a percussion-driven activity. So let's try 37 and let's go 37 to 45. Yes, 37, right where we ended. So we're going to do 8 bars. That phrase got us out of the kind of orchestral mode, got us back to groove. The groove built to like a 2-bar explosion of drums, which sets up what is, I think Jim would agree, was my favorite part of the composition. And this whole middle section is based on a variety of different Latin-based grooves. So let's go back to 37 and play all the way to the piano break. Okay?
All the way to the end of the Latin groove.
The end of the Latin groove. Okay? So that would be what? 79? Okay. If you don't think that was fun to write and teach and listen to, man, I just love that. There's a section in here at measure 69, which is the mambo section, where we kind of treated the groove as a mambo. And what we did here, when you heard the bridgement, this is part of that exercise that I told you about earlier, where I wrote the chart and then derived an exercise out of it. So this is a mambo. So can we hear just the snares at 69, just for 4 bars? And what we did was we leave the left hand on the rim, because we really don't want to hear it, and we move the right hand between the cowbell and the drum, just to break up the mambo bell pattern a little bit. So here's what the snares play. Now, against that, we have the drum set, adding cymbal and going to the bell of the cymbal. Rubens, play your part, please. When we put the snares and the kit together, here's what you get. Okay, now, Jim, should we highlight anything else before we play the whole chart? You guys have any questions? Okay. We kind of have a little bit of a time constraint here because some of the members of the ensemble are running a track meet at 5 o'clock today, so they got to get out of Dodge to get back and run track, you know. You know the way it is, you know, nowadays with all these sports interfering with our musical arts, you know. So we're going to, unless you have a question, we're going to play the whole chart down. Once again, thank you so much to Joe Rio and to John and to Charlie for hosting this great event. It's a great day of percussion. Once again, Jim Miller, Joe Gaudette, Pat Scott, Tom Solzicki, and all these wonderful, I don't want to call you kids because you play like you're not kids, okay? All these wonderful musical students who give up their time to be a part of this great ensemble, all created by Mr. Jim Miller and his band director. Thank you so much, Jim. So here we go again. Bunnell High School, Card Evil 9.
And I'll just say thanks to Dennis for writing that for us, because without that, you know, it doesn't happen. So, you know.
Thank you all very, very much. Charlie, Joey, John, everybody at Scotch Friends, the staff at Bunnell, the staff at the Big all wonderful musicians. Thank you. See you later.